Yo, what's going on? Yo, this is Vitamin the Governor, and you are here with me, and today is Talking Rock. I am sitting next to one of the guys that's an extraordinaire. He's one of the hosts that's been hosting a lot of events in the past in the rock community. He is one of the funniest, hilarious guys out here, and also a great dancer representing the Mastermind Rockers. If you don't know who he is, you're going to learn today. This is Spin, yo. What's going on, Spin? How's everything?
How you doing, my man? All good?
Yep.
Okay.
First and foremost, you know, the world is going through a major event. In regards to just general life, how's everything with you?
Everything's good. Well, it's a tough one to kind of have to deal with because there's everyone. Maybe it doesn't affect me personally, but since it affects everybody else, it kind of puts a damper on how things are nowadays and the way you have to live and the way you kind of have to keep that respect and distance away. But for the most part, my mom's fine. I'm feeling good. I've lost some weight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't stay home eating during the COVID. I was out there in the park just running and having a good time and trying to get my immune system up, my health system up. Because if without that, I got nowhere else to go. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. That's good news to hear.
Yeah.
All right, yo. So the first time I can recall, meeting you was Mastermind Rockers anniversary, I believe 2012, that took place in at Cooper Park. And then Chuck's backyard, the Rock Factory. That's the first time I met you. You hosted that event, and right from meeting you, I was like, man, this guy, man, he's like he's just putting himself in the light. And I saw your character like right then and there.
Thank you.
But let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Take it back to your childhood. Where did you grow up, and kind of describe like your early childhood, your early household
Before dance and all that?
before dance when you were a child.
I was actually born on DeKalb Avenue.
Okay.
Right by Troop, right there by the projects, and there's a PS 81 right there.
And when you say DeKalb, this is in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, Bed-Stuy, right there. That's smack in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Troop, Marcy's, right. Everything's behind me. Stuyvesant was right behind me. And then my mom moved to Knickerbocker area. I was still like maybe somewhere about 8 to 11 years old. From there, we shifted over to Grand Street, Brooklyn, Williamsburg, okay? From Knickerbocker area to Williamsburg on Grand Street, 2 blocks away from Eastern District. And then with some time, then I started living in Cooper Projects. I've been in Cooper now. Mom's been there for, I'm going to go an easy 30-something years.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was like describe like your early childhood? Like how was your household? Was it
I'm the only child. Okay. I have no brothers, no sisters. From my mom. My father decided he wanted to marry a lady with other children and have 2 more. So I have a squad over there, but I'm mommy's only child. Growing up in New York City and Brooklyn, of course, she is a Pentecostal Christian lady. Don't smoke, don't drink. She's not a partier. And of course, and raising a child in that environment in New York, Brooklyn, think about it. My mom was always wondering what I'm going to get into. What am I going to, as any mother would. How's my son doing in life? Make sure you keep him in the right path, you know. And that's mom. Mom's 85 now, and she's still kicking and ticking, and she remembers all the anniversaries and birthdays, so God bless. Yeah. And she's been to the anniversary. She's been to my performances, my hosting when I did the Cancer Society last October. Yeah. And my mom, goes, "You're a good kid." I'm going, "Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it."
That's beautiful.
So that's my background in that, you know what I mean?
So when was the first time, but even before we get to the dance, like describe that time in Brooklyn and your early childhood. How was the neighborhood? How was Cooper? How was that Williamsburg area at that early time? As just a neighborhood. What were the type of people living there? What were the type of people living there?
When I lived on Grand Street, we lived on the 4th floor. And if I wanted to go outside to play, it was kind of difficult. My mom was on the 4th floor and I'm outside. So she was never really too content with me hanging outside. That's just moms, you know what I mean? Okay. But when she finally moved to Cooper Projects, at that time I used to go to 126. In McCarran Park, Brooklyn as well, more towards the Greenpoint area. So I would commute, walk down Meeker Avenue, come down Devilvoice, and I'd be in Cooper Projects and go home. But that was a moment where I kind of had to find more friends, on a real. Living in Cooper Projects, just walking in and out, you see a lot of things, see a lot of people, see a lot of good, bad, ugly, whatever. And as an only person by yourself, you got to make friends somehow. So I started making friends in high school. Things started picking up. I played bongos for the music, the band in 126 junior high school, 126. And at that time was when I started breakdancing, and I got to travel with the cheerleading team. We got to do a lot of different things. Nevertheless, before I get to that area, so at that time I started learning how to rock and how to breakdance with Mastermind Rockers. I was a Mastermind junior.
But before you even go there,
Okay.
just
I think you go.
how was the neighborhood? Like, how was it? Rough neighborhood? Was it a
Okay, the reason that I want to use this situation because that was my introduction to the world.
okay?
Okay, under mommy's umbrella, under her wing, I was always home. I was never going out. But when I started getting involved in the dance, now I was going to do more things. I was going to different parks. So now I was getting out there.
And what was like the first time that dance caught your eye to the point where now you thought you could be involved as a person?
Okay, so being grown by mom as a Christian child, I was the assistant president for the Trinity Youth Society. I come from church. Okay, I come from church, and that's where it came.
Yeah.
And amen to that. I had cut school. I was in 8th grade, junior high school, 126, across the street from a McCarran Pool. I go down to the corner because they told me they play handball over there. So I went over there, and there was a bunch of guys dancing. Dash, Rubber Band, Rafaela, E.G. Little Sammy wasn't there. I don't think he was there. Maybe Fano could have been there. And I'm looking through the fence, and they're looking at me, and I'm watching them dance, and I'm like, damn, I could get down with some of that. Dash comes up to me and says, yo, what's up? What's your name? Lewis. All right, Dash. All right, no problem. Do you like this? You can get down? I said, I never tried it. He goes, come to Cooper Projects, the community center. And we'll teach you.
How did Dash know about Cooper Project? Did he live in Cooper also?
Yeah, he lived in Cooper. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
coincidentally, y'all lived in the same.
Well, that's right before we went from Grand Street to Cooper. So this is the same time when I started meeting people, and I met Dash in the squad, and he was inviting me to go to Cooper Projects from Grand Street. So that walk wasn't too bad. The neighborhood wasn't too bad. I kind of run through there because I didn't know where I was at too much, because stay alert, stay alive, that was my instinct, you know what I'm saying? But it's ironic how several months after that, going to the Cooper Park Center to learn how to rock, my mother gets accepted for New York City housing. We moved to the back part of housing, to the back part of the Cooper Projects. So simultaneously that happened.
Okay.
So if I could, and I hope I'm not digressing too much, but now you should understand the connection to that.
Okay.
All right. So at that time, living in the back part of Cooper was one of the toughest spots to be, because there really wasn't too many Puerto Ricans. There wasn't too many Puerto Rican kids. And whenever there was two guys and one girl who used to always wait for me in the projects. And I got caught many times by them. I got my change stolen. I got my wallet taken.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I fought through it.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I did come home with some shiners, man, And mom wanted to go downstairs and kick somebody's ass. Like, mom, really? You're going to go out? Come on, mom.
Yeah.
So by that time, Mastermind, I kept going back to them to practice and dance more. When they found out, they went to the back of the projects and they said, yo, from now on, you don't touch this kid. Okay? This kid's Mastermind, this kid's from Cooper, he's from here, and that's that. After that, they never bothered me.
Why did they take a liking to you just in that time period? What?
Bullying. It's a bullying thing. If you see me coming from...
No, I'm saying Mastermind Rockers. Dash came up to you and said, hey, kid, you want to get down with this, whatever. Okay. And then later on, they find out you're being bothered and they go talk to the people.
Exactly.
What was it about you that what they saw, be it that you weren't a dancer yet, that they had...
Oh, no, because I had gone to some of the practices and Dash said, this kid's going to get good. The potential was there.
And when those early practices, like, what... Was someone teaching you formally? Were you just watching others dance? And
No. When I started going to the community center, yo, come here. Yo, Lou, come on. This is what we're going to do. And I was right in it. It wasn't that you watch them outside because you ain't down with us. No, you want to learn. I'm glad you're here. Let me show you what we got and work with it.
And what would be there at those practices? Like, name the members that would be there at those practices.
Dash, Rafaela, Rubber Band, Rubber Band's brother, I forgot the name, Popeye. In the center was also the outside area, which is like a play area. So whenever the center would close, you go right behind, and between the projects was the graffiti squad called Lookout Crew. Okay, and they come from Cooper, a bunch of brothers that just got down, and there was a brother crew to Mastermind because it's from Cooper. There's a lot of girls at that time, like Rafaela's, and then there's Linda, and there's the whole squad. It's like a big family, big family, you know what I'm saying?
Like a neighborhood type of thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then because you're part of that squad area of Cooper, it gets around because, oh, he's really from here. oh, he lives in the back part. Don't bother him anymore because he's down with the squad. You know what I mean? And I had potential to be a good dancer and dash, and the guy saw it, and that's how it all started for me. I believe it was 1982 when that happened.
Nice. And so 1982, you get down with the crew. You start practicing at the community center. You start practicing at Cooper Park. You start practicing at, I can imagine, other parks behind your school.
Yep, behind McCarran, by McCarran Park, by John Erickson 126 across the street from McCarran, and then Cooper. At that time, that's all my mother would allow me to do.
Okay.
So I didn't have my wings to go to the south side and go anywhere. No.
So
I kept the local, kept it tight.
Yeah.
There's not, you know.
So how was those early days? You know, now you're in the dance crew. You're transitioning from just a general junior high school student to now you're in a dance crew. You're part of something. How were those early days of practicing and dancing?
Well, after a while of being kind of like secluded, my mother knew that I was dancing. She knew that I was going to a community center, but she didn't know to what level this dancing was, you know, especially to be street dancing, you know. My mom got to meet Dash and some of the guys, and my mom was a little more lenient. One day, and the good thing about being at that time at the community center in Cooper, people would come down to visit the squad because they know all the guys. They don't know me. I'm a little man junior, you know what I'm saying? Kick would come down. Quick was a breaker. I believe he was FMDs from FMDs. I believe FMDs. I'm not 100%. Kick. Everybody knows Kick. I got to meet Ringo. You know, the one and only Ringo.
We'll talk about that.
You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
talk about that.
And a lot of other people I met. You know what I mean? That would come to the center. It wasn't like I was traveling out, but you know that's the way it was at that time. I'm gonna continue. You got something else you want to ask in there?
No, I would like to just say, like, how was that time period for you? Like, you're part of a crew now. You're young. Did you battle in the parks at that time? Did battling come into the play yet, or you just kind of sharpening your sword?
Still a junior. Yep, sharpening the sword. Still a junior. I really started working out hard when I noticed that I was actually getting it. Like I would battle practice, spar with Dash or Rafaela. You know what I'm saying? They would burn me, but I was getting the hang of it. In a small little area in my house, in mommy's house, when we was still there, I used to be 110 pounds, easy, okay? 110 pounds, easy, you know what I'm saying? And I would dance. So I learned to dance in a real small space. And that's why I just kept going. My mirror is still there. It's even low because I was short at the time, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I started getting better. When I started getting better, Ringo comes to Mastermind one day. I think I met him like a second time now. And he goes, yo, man, you got some, let's talk. What's up? Let's hang out. I was like, who are you? What's your deal? He goes, no, you know, I said he was with Mastermind Rockers. He was with, at the time, Paradise Rockers, I believe. The other one was the name. And many more. You know, you guys have heard his story. But he says, yo, come on, let's hang. So we started hanging. We started talking rock. We would take long walks. And it was at every corner, we were kind of like, yo, but do it this way. Let's do a jerk that way. Yo, but what about watch the burn? And we just took hours and hours and hours walking all the way down from maybe Cooper Park down to Woodhull Hospital, Broadway, because we used to practice at All Saints with Loft Savages, because at that time, Lofting was coming out too. You see what I'm saying?
So you met Ringo after joining the crew. What was
I was Mastermind Junior.
Yeah,
he was his own crew. He was just a visitor to us.
And at that
time, Ringo was not a mastermind.
Okay. And at that time, when he came in, what did you think of him? Like, did you were just like?
I like his style. I knew he can also hustle.
Okay.
I knew he had a lot of talent too, so I wanted to learn from that. And because you know he was a boxer too, so to me, great inspiration. You know, Mom, you're gonna like who I'm hanging out with now. So he got to meet Mom, and Mom was like, well, you know, watch where you go. But nevertheless, she knew I was in good hands. You know, Ringo don't drink, no smoke. You know, I'm a clean kid. You know, let's just go to school, do what you gotta do, and let's dance after that. Let's just dance. So then I started going to different places with Ringo. So at one time,
what was like the first battle? You know, what was that first time that you got to display your skill? Like, can you think of that time?
First time, a real battle. Now first time I got to go to Coney Island, and stuff like that, and battle out there.
And talk about that. Like you're new, you're fresh, you're learning, and now Ringo is kind of like your mentor,
my manager, mentor.
And he's kind of taking you around. So now, you know, this is like almost crazy because it sounds like my story with him at the same time. Like,
Yeah,
the same
it's
thing.
kind of it's.
But like, talk about that. Now you're traveling with him, and you're battling now. You're going out of your neighborhood, out of your comfort zone. How was that experience? And
Felt good.
Can you remember those early battles?
Yeah, I remember those early battles. Some of them were in Coney Island. Some of them on Brighton Beach. Okay.
And who was rocking out there that you was going?
There was a lot of people out there at that time. Older gentlemen. A lot of MC gangs were rocking in MC boots. I wasn't in MC boots. I was in sneakers and weighing 110 pounds, fresh up and coming against people who have been around solidly hanging out in the streets and New York City streets. You know how it could be back then. You know, so to me it was an opportunity to be quick, fast, and get a little notoriety, or ghetto celebrity, call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I felt good because here Ringo is sharpening my skills because we're mentally talking about how to improve ourselves by rocking. That one day I got a chance to go to the infamous Oasis roller ring. I think October 1986. And that was one heck of a time for me. So
and speak about the Oasis in general. What was that location? What did it mean?
I believe I had gone there with Ringo, and I don't remember if Dr. Love was there. That one I don't remember, but he might have been there. It's in Long Island City area, Queens. Oasis roller ring. I didn't know how to take the trains out there, so I just jumped in with Ringo and we kept going. You know what I'm saying? I was a young kid. So it's like, where we going? We're going over here.
So
come on, just follow. Let's go.
When you say young, how old were you in comparison to Ringo? Like if
I just turned 53 now.
No, I'm saying at that
so hold
time.
on. So Ringo should be about 55. He's about older. So if I was 14, he was 17. So if I was 17, he was 20.
Okay.
So it's about 3-year increment in between us.
Got it.
So at the age of 17, he's 21. He can go to the clubs. I can't. You know, I can't even get in through the door. Forget about drinking because obviously that's not.
Yeah.
So I always had a hard time getting into the clubs. I used to go to Lynch by Broadway, and the Lynch Boys were out there, and Touch of Rock was out there, and I got to go against. I would jump in the pit. And I got a chance to go against Peebles. I got a chance to go against a couple of other guys. I don't remember the names. And I started getting kind of confidence under my belt.
Okay,
And
let's take it back to the Oasis rink. Because when we speak about rocking, even breaking, it seems like these type of locations were very popular spots for these type of impromptu battles going on.
If there was music, if there was music and the DJ knew that there was a couple of squads around, he'd throw on the Just Begun the Sex Machine just because he wanted to see it. It was part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So before you even go to, what was the Oasis skating rink for people that don't know? Like, what was it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
What was the skating rink? For people that don't know, what was it?
It's a roller skating ring. It's a roller skating. You go roller skate, you have a great time. Plus, there's a lot of music. You have a DJ up there.
Was it a family-friendly environment?
Yeah, family thing, yeah. But for me, it was more of my crew's going over there. I'll meet you guys there.
So was it a destination known to have battles and known to have things going on there?
There was also the Greenpoint roller ring in Greenpoint. That was the DJ Danny Tenaglia at that time, which now Danny Tenaglia, I think 30 years later, is well renowned. Okay, he used to throw on some rock music and we used to jerk and get down. There were some battles there. I don't remember them exactly, but I knew there was some, pit battles, not official battles. Let's call them pit battles. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Oasis Roller Ring was a nice place, a family-oriented place. But there was a rock contest that day, and Ringo was like, "Yo, you going?" I was like, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "Just join, man. Come on." Stay. Either you lose or win, but stay. Come on, get in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sure, why not? Give it a shot. So that's how it happened. I actually danced that day. There's people who may say I haven't or I didn't join the contest, but I did join the contest and I got eliminated in the first round. That's okay. At least I was part of it.
Okay, and this contest that was at the Oasis skating rink.
Yes.
Describe the contest. Like, how did it go? Like, can you remember that day? Like, how did the contest go?
If I remember correctly, it was an Apache line. There were.
And how did battles work at that time? That's another thing I want to speak to you about.
Okay.
So you say, let's fuse this a little bit. I know this whole thing about people didn't dance to long songs or whole records.
We've been down this road before.
It was more roots, and then. But that was, I can imagine, for the street rules.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to a major competition, that's thrown at a roller rink, how
Right.
was the setting for that?
Okay.
So just go
Gotcha.
from there.
So at the time I was learning how to rock, I would go to battles. When I say battles, pit battles. At Lynch, okay?
And for people that don't know, what is Lynch?
Lynch is it was a hooky party set place. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes you cut from school, you go to Lynch.
So
Why? Because we're dancing.
Was there someone's party, someone's basement, someone's
No,
apartment?
it's a club. It's a club. It's just a regular club. Maybe they're not using it on a Friday or Saturday night, but they're cutting out of school on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock, hit it till about 5, get back home by 6. Yo, how was school? School was good. School was good today.
Okay.
That's
It was that type of spot. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
one of those spots. You know what I'm saying? And so I would join the pit, dance, and obviously if somebody was in front of you, the crowd would be like, yo, he won, he took it. You can hear who won. And, you go to the next guy, yo, nice job, blah, 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 whatever. Somebody else get in behind that. These two guys go at it. You want some of that? You tap them over. Come on, yo, let me get in. Pit battle, just one behind the other.
Okay.
But the crowd kind of made you feel whether you got burned or whether you got this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times I got burned.
And
But there was a lot of times it was like, yo, you got it. I was like, yeah, finally.
And the music at the time, what was it? Just the
Looped
loops?
music, man. That's where it came in, man, to me. You know what I mean? I was listening to Just Begun, The Breaks, to Sex Machine, to Rocket in the Pocket. Rocket in the Pocket.
Sharon 4.
Sharon 4.
Yeah.
You don't hear that no more. Why? Because it's just a small piece in a hustle song. All right? But you take Rocket in the Pocket and loop that. How long can you dance to that with all of that? Hello.
Yeah.
So that's how it was for me learning at that time.
So that was more of this on the street, in the
Yep.
parks. So going now to this contest to Oasis.
My first contest ever to go to, so it's my first time I'm ever going to see that type of a setting and structure.
Okay.
Okay, because
So
I was like, oh, so how they doing
there.
this?
Go from there. Describe it from there.
Well, sign up. They call everybody up. I believe they did it, like let's say contestant number 1, contestant number 4, contestant number 3. You know what I mean?
Okay, scramble.
It wasn't like they looked at you and went, now we want to see you with that guy. No. It was like pick it from the hat.
Okay.
I believe there was 4 and 4, so that's 8 of us rocking. Okay, little space there, and I danced against the guy, and I got eliminated. Okay, Ringo, Ralph Casanova, moved on to the next round because they're rockers. You know what I'm saying? And then there was 2 other people. So it was, I believe, there was 4. Ralphie against somebody, Ringo against somebody else. After those 4 finished, then the 2 were together.
Okay.
When the 2 were together, where Ralphie's going on with Ringo messed up his knee. He couldn't continue. So I jumped in and told the judge, I said, yo, let me take his place. Ralphie was like, you can't take his place. You've already been eliminated. I said, so if I've been eliminated already, it should be easy for you to beat me. He was like, all right, come on, let's go. I got to admit, he don't really say no to nobody. So, he went. We went at it. I thought I did good. Okay. He can say however he did because he's more advanced than I am. I'm just a kid. So I can't argue with a senior. You got it. The idea was, I think it was $200 and a trophy. And we were there together. The guy's like, what you guys want to do? Ralphie said, well, you know something?
But why did it even get to that point? What happened?
Because
Did they say that you won that round?
I guess it was, so tight where, they said, wow, we think you won. It could be kind of a tight situation.
Okay.
And they asked Ralphie, what do you want to do? The money or the trophy? And Ralphie says, I'll take the money. I said, I'll take the trophy. Shook his hand, thank you. And I've had that trophy ever since. And that's that picture that you see.
Wow.
Yeah, that's as the most 98% of what I remember of what happened that night.
And that battle in general, like, did those type of battles occur often? Those type of big battles like that? Was that like?
I was still young.
Okay.
I was still young, so I didn't go to many other battles that were properly organized like that.
Okay.
I kept going to the dance floor. I kept going to
Lynch and the other small spots.
Even Lynch. By that time, now I was hitting Roxy's. By this time, I was hitting more Greenpoint, more Coney Island, more Bushwick, Knickerbocker Park a little bit, of Knickerbocker Park.
So now you're
West Side, Bay Ridge area.
Okay.
I was rocking out there too.
So now you're moving.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
bouncing
yeah,
around
yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You're bouncing around Brooklyn.
Like I got a trophy.
And you're going to the Roxy's, you're going to Manhattan.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So,
By that time, mommy was like, "Well, if you're hanging out with Ringo, go ahead. You're not in trouble.
Yeah.
School's good.
Yeah.
Me and mommy, we good.
Nice.
Go ahead, Ringo. Let's go."
So you're bouncing around Manhattan. You're bouncing you're bouncing around Brooklyn. Yeah, you know this. You did this major battle at Oasis skating rink. This is also the '80s, the pinnacle of exploitation with the b-boying and the popping and everything. Talk about that time period and you just bouncing around, battling, going here, going there, doing gigs at the same time. I'm sure. How was it for you? Like, what was that whole time period like? What were the battles like? What was that time period like? That was the height of everything.